Peace to all the kings and queens that's out there. This is your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher, and we are BACKAGAIN today on a snowy day in the Windy City. Snowing like crazy, but it's great, better than rain. When you agree, everybody's ready for once to be over with. But how are you all doing? And if this is your first time watching the Mo Show, I want to thank you for watching the show. And I ask that you continue to watch the show. Tell your family, tell your friends, your co-workers, next door neighbor. We have great information on this show for the conscious mind. And I tell you, today is going to be one for you. Everybody okay? Me, I'm fine. I am having the life of a day. I'm having the life of a day, okay? But cutting through the chase, cutting through the chase, um, I wanted to talk to you about something real serious. And that is private prisons. Private prisons is sleeping with the music industry, so they are one. Private prisons and the music industry are one. And that is very important. I'm sure that if you are in America here and you living in the ghettos of America, you personally know somebody who has been to prison or are in prison or are on their way to prison. Okay. And sometimes it might be you. But whatever the situation is, I'm speaking upon private prisons from a research paper that I actually had to do while I was in school, but also according to this latest article that I ran across from the Washington Post. I'm not saying this, the Washington Post. And that is these private prisons, especially two major companies, GEO, and CCA, which is the Corrections Corporations of America. And with the Corrections Corporation of America, Vanguard is the shadow investors of that company. But these two are the major companies that actually run a lot of prison systems here in America. In fact, to give you an exact number, it's 10%. You say that's not a large number. However, it is. You have over 130,000, excuse me, you have over 130 private prisons in the country with over 165,000 beds. And it's constantly on the increase every day. In fact, let me give you an example. You have these prisons that are in states like Arizona, Texas, California, Alabama, Mississippi, Missouri, Florida, Florida. Keep in mind about that Florida thing. Florida is really popping, okay? For a reason. Now, in Arizona, they have 3 of these private prisons that they keep at a maximum capacity all day, every day. In fact, these companies proposed a contract with the state and federal government to take control of 48 states and their whole entire prison system, with the promise in the contract that they will keep those facilities 90% full at all times until that contract ends. Unbelievable. So what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your cousin? What does that mean for your brother? What does that mean for your uncle? What does that mean for your father? What does that mean for you? Because I know some of you all are out there, are on your way to prison. I know that. Some of you are on your way violating your papers, violating parole, doing dumb shit to go back. Once you leave, don't ever go back. Do your best not to go back. Because sometimes you may end up in a self-defense situation where you may have to go back. I'm just saying, as long as it's for self-defense, but all of that other nonsense is really not worth going through and for again ever. Under any circumstances, I would rather live on the streets, on the sidewalk, before I ever in my life go back to prison. It's just that simple. And if you don't think like I think, well, I think you may have to do a mental adjustment, because these people are out here trying to keep you in a system to never get out. Private prisons and GEO also had an effect on the federal inmates since 2000. In fact, there has been a 15% increase in federal inmates since these private prisons has been taking place. In fact, Congress had actually mandated GO and CCA to keep some of those facilities full. In fact, to give you an exact number, according to the Justice Policy Institute, okay, it says that the federal government, Congress, mandated these companies to keep 34,000 illegal immigrants detained in these facilities at all times. 34,000 at all times. Look at what's going on. So now you know where these immigrants are going today. Now you know where they're going. Nearly $3 million. In fact, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But the $3 million has been funneled to Republican parties, mainly in Florida. We're going to get to Florida. And who's running the country right now? Republicans. In fact, Florida is the headquarters for the Geo Company. And it is ran, and founder is George Zuley, born in 1950. An American, he's a Greece American businessman or whatever. But these Geo owners, this Geo company, not only provide these private prisons for America, they also provide the drug programs for the prison. Whew. Unbelievable. Making money all the way around the board. All the way around the board. And the music label and publishing companies were invited to sleep in the bed with these people, meaning that they had a meeting. Okay? They had a meeting in regards to the music that these music labels allow these artists to put out. If you influence or tell this artist, not influence, because you're signing him, you tell him what to do, and you want him to speak this way, rap that way about killing, suicide, depression, smoking, hoes, bitches. Talk about that, because that will eventually lead them to us. And we can continue to get paid legally. Legally. Human commodity. Human commodities for profit, aka modern day slavery. Modern day slavery. Does anybody remember Cash for Kids? Does anybody remember Cash for Kids? That's when you had those two judges in Philadelphia. They got busted. These companies, Geo and CCA, gave these two judges $2.6 million to continuously have more juveniles come through their system and you place them there because you convict them of the crime. So keep sending the juveniles there, and we'll keep funneling you the money. Cash for kids. You all need to wake up. You need to wake up. Now, if these two are in bed together, I want you to do the math now. You must remember the people who owns the media, and it's only 6 companies that own the media. The people that own the media own the prison system without the 2 private industries. And the media also owns the music industry. Now you do the math on that. If you think I'm lying, just do your research. Do your research. And it's not something that Brother Mo said. This is what the Washington Post said, okay? And this is what the Justice Policy Institute said. And this is what these private companies, Geo and CCA, have said. Nothing that Mo said. I take myself out the equation. I don't want to give you any misleading information at all, not regarding this here. And then not only do you have these prisons here in the U.S., they got prisons in Australia South. They got prisons in Africa, United Kingdom. They're all over. Like I said, they are commoditizing human bodies for profit. Modern day slavery, Texas, Louisiana, California, Arizona, Alabama, Mississippi, Virginia, Colorado, and Colorado. I'm just saying. So you all think about that. And I don't know what happened to my screen. It just froze all of a sudden. It just froze all of a sudden. Why, I don't know, but I'm going to still continue to give you what it is that I got for you all. Okay? It's just outrageous. And what does this have to do with the music? And what does this have to do with the music? Are you serious? Are you putting this together now? How these young artists are paid all of this money that they've never seen in their lives before, coming straight from the ghetto, barely can read or write, but have a talent. And the music industry owners actually pushed them the way that they wanted to. You want to get paid? You got to talk about destruction. You got to talk about shooting another nigga. You can't say nothing about shooting a white person, but you can say something about shooting a nigga. You can say something about shooting another black man, shooting another black woman. Call a black woman a hoe. Call a black woman a bitch. You don't call a white woman a bitch. You don't call a Chinese woman a bitch. You call your own woman a bitch. And then you want to go out there, smoke, kill someone that looks just like you based upon the music that the industry has influenced your mind to adapt to and become. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? I really know that I am. So for all of you role models out there, if you're an older brother or older sisters and you have older sister and you have younger siblings, by all means, if you get high, if you do drugs, if you listen to that bullshit music, yeah, that bullshit music like Rick Ross, Youngboy, NBA, King Von, all of these stupid ass artists, all of them. And I'm just talking to the young crowd. I just named the young crowd. You even got grown men over 35 still out here doing violent songs after they didn't got paid. After they didn't got paid already. They still want to continue to make that type of music because the industry made them do that. Now, back when I was coming up, you had a balance of music. You know, like I said, we had NWA, we had Ice Cube, we had Ice-T, we had DJ Quick. What's the other brother star's name with an S? I forgot his name. We had AMG. We had a lot of people from Cali, but we also had a positive force as well that came from the East Coast. We had Rakim, we had MC Light, Big Daddy Kane, we had Skinny Boys, we had BDP, all of the Public Enemy. All of this was a balance. It kept us balanced. Now we don't have any balance because nothing positive is being said in the rap music that young people of today are listening to. Think about it. Nowadays, you have these young guys and young girls who actually become the part of that which the rapper is singing, and the rapper, him or herself, is not even like that. Most of them are not even like that. Half of them are gay. But that's who you want to idolize. That's who you want to give your energy to. That's where your focus lies at. But see, with that being your focus, guess where all of that takes you? It takes you to those prisons. If you kill somebody, you're going to prison. If you shoot somebody, you're going to prison. You get caught selling drugs, you're going to prison. You get caught fighting a woman, smack a hoe, hit a bitch in the head, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You take pills, mollies, and all of that shit, you're going to end up dying. But this is what you listen to. And this is what they make these artists make, and they promote it religiously, and pay the radio stations to play it. So that's all that you hear all day. Nothing but madness, nothing but nonsense. Everything that's on a low frequency, that has a low vibration. Nothing to uplift you. What you get on the radio? Love, love, love. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, let me sleep with you when your man go to work and shit like that. Fuck that. Let's go get high. Let's go shoot a motherfucker. Let's go kill somebody. Smoke weed, sell some drugs, fuck a hoe, and go to jail. I'm just saying. Nothing uplifting at all for your mental stabilization. Nothing. Radio stations who play that type of music should be trashed. And if you, as a parent, continue to allow your child to listen to that music in your presence, once again, I will have to question your mental capacity. I really would. And you have parents who sit there with their children and watch that. I mean, listen to that. They even watch the dumb video shows with them, like LA Housewives or Basketball Wives and all of that so-called reality TV, which is fake TV. I'm saying, being programmed is a motherfucker. I'm just saying, think about how much time you spend being programmed versus spending that same amount of time reinventing yourself or doing something for yourself. Programming comes through education. Programming comes through media. Miseducation also come from the same two that I just mentioned. So please, 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 we are on the brink of destruction here. Really. If you think I'm lying, just keep on living. Keep looking at what's going on outside your door. Keep watching that WGN news. Keep watching that news channel over there in California, over there in Texas, over there in Memphis, over there in New York, over there in Colorado, wherever you have a majority, in Atlanta. Keep watching, Black people. You have people in Florida. You have people in Missouri. Got all of these outrageous bails that they can't pay, and they have petty crimes. Isn't that against the Constitution, which is something to the effect, excessive bail? But they give you the excessive bail knowing that you can't get out, and they get paid every day that you're in. They get more money for you than you make for yourself. Wow. Slavery at its finest. Slavery at its finest. So if you know somebody who listens to that music, if you see some type of saving in them, pull their coattail. You're not going to be able to reach everybody because everybody don't want to be awakened. Everybody don't. And I'm not saying that everybody has to think like I have to think, but it's called common fucking sense. If you listen to that shit all day, that's what you become. Everything changes. Your attitude changes, your life changes. It all changes. You begin to do things that you didn't do before, whatever they may be. A lot happens with that. A lot happens with that. Give yourself a break from the music of death. Give yourself a break from the music of death. Give the kids' minds a break from the music of death. I'm not saying that I never listened to gangster rap. I used to promote the stuff. I used to make videos, mad videos about this stuff. I can't tell you about it if I don't know about it, right? For years. Destruction. And these rap artists, these entertainers, those are the new house niggas. Where are the field niggas at? That's what I want to know. Where are the field niggas at? We got all of these house niggas. Where are the field niggas at? I'm just saying. That's a serious question, isn't it? I know where they at. I know where they at. Sleeping in jail, in those prisons, dead or strung out on dope. Whatever dope you want to use or whatever dope you want to call. That's where they at. Now, we say that we know better. We say that we know better as an individual. Screw the whole. We got to get through the individual first, but we don't do better. But I will inform you of this. That force that's within you, when it tells you to move, you move. When it tells you don't move, don't move. But listen to it. Do not disregard it. And some decisions that you're going to have to make when you hear that force within yourself are going to be some very hard decisions. But if you don't make that decision, it's going to be for your own detriment. And some things you have to give up. Some things you're going to have to give up in order to get more of. Stay out of jail. Stay out of prison. Stop listening to that evil music all day. All day. Give it a break. Like I said, I listen to it. I still listen to Styles P. I still listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I still listen to Tupac. I still listen to NWA, but I don't listen to that all day. Most of the time, I'm reading, trying to keep my body in order, or I may be doing some other activities. But I don't be listening to that shit all day. And I don't be trying to go back to jail under no circumstances. And for you guys that's out there who get high pressured by your chicks and shit, she can go kick rocks before you go back to prison. I'm telling you, I know how it goes. More than been there. So if there's anything that I said that you like, by all means, press that subscribe button and hit that bell notification button so that you will get all notifications when I go live or when I upload. I would really appreciate that. And you can also share the video if you like. I would appreciate that. Stay away from the popo. Don't drink and drive. Do not drink and drive. Do not smoke weed while you're driving. While you're driving, don't do that. And have some love, peace, and respect for yourself. And by all means, stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. You have no constitutional rights. You must remember, according to their constitution, which there's no rights at all, when you go to prison, you're a slave again. There's no involuntary slavery unless incarcerated. All right, you all. Thanks for watching.